All right, welcome back, kids. Welcome back. It is PIST Radio, radiofradio.com, live from downtown Norfolk, a.k.a. the WDMF studios.
Now you got to repress that button.
Technical difficulties.
Garage. Yes, all the fun things.
Welcome to PIST Radio, though. No, we technical stuff 2 weeks in a row. Eventually, we'll get the hang of it, kids. Appreciate you.
Corey's getting frustrated with his stuff over there on the side.
I don't know what that is that's causing the playback, but it's about to get broken. Live frustration.
Live anger.
Yeah, I'm not good at hiding my my frustration, kids. Couldn't figure that out.
What button did you press last week for the Skype?
I turned them both down. It's not working.
Okay, I'll ask Justin.
Yeah. What's the playback thing that's sitting to the left of me that's about to get broken? So anyway, hopefully the playback's not going out over the air. If not, I'll just have to deal with it, and it'll be annoying.
I can't hear it through my cans. So.
Okay, good. Then if not, you can hear me, though, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You. All right, welcome, PIST Radio, live from WDMF Studios here in North Virginia, radiofradio.com. Hit us up on Facebook.com/Radio Free Radio and Facebook.com/PIST Radio. You can give us both a follow the show and the station on Instagram at PIST Radio and at Radio Free Radio, respectively. Also, head over to radiofradio.com/donate and patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. Donations are welcome and appreciated. It helps us pay bills. It helps us do all the good stuff that you see that we're trying to make happen here. Everyone who's donated, appreciate you very much. If you're wondering why my head is floating, it is because there's a green screen behind me, and I just figured out. I just learned about 20 minutes prior to going on the air that.
Did you transition the picture?
The green screen, now it's transitioned.
Okay, now we have pictures.
Too much going on. Right? Too much going on. See, this is why OCD people are a problem like myself, man. Because if things don't go
how they're supposed to go,
if they don't follow the path, all hell breaks loose. So, and thank God one of our phones works because you're able to communicate with Justin. Right. So there's that. By the way, as I was saying, my head's floating because I wore a green shirt today, an Eagle shirt, and a green screen behind me makes it blend in. So I look like a floating head. So that's why. He
said to push the green button to turn it off.
What green button?
Which green button?
I didn't know there was a green button.
Look, is there a green button over there?
There's a lot of green buttons on board. If it doesn't go out over radio, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
we'll roll with
it for 20 minutes. Because then we have last week again, and it's a fiasco.
Right.
So I'll just be annoyed for the next hour and a half. But it happens. It happens all the time when you talk soccer. So we'll be all right.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
As we were saying, though, is before we found out that there was no audio going out, and all hell broke loose and the world got flipped on its axis here in the studio. Week 2 of the PIST Fantasy Football League giveaway. It's going to be myself and James, the extended PISTsports.com family, writers, things of that nature. Everybody's going to be there. All you have to do, the only way to get in the league, and it's incredibly easy, all you have to do is be knowledgeable of football obscurity, is we're going to throw up a random person from the NFL past behind me on the green screen that disguises green shirts and makes my head float. Then all you have to do is call in at 757-525-3276, identify correctly said person, and if you do that, not only do you get access to the first ever PIST Fantasy League, but you also get the McGregor-Mayweather fight the same night. It's going to be Saturday, August 26th at my house for 100% free. So you don't have to pay a dime. All you got to do is show up. It would be appreciated, however, if you brought like a sack of burgers or like a 12-pack.
Yeah, right?
Because I'm paying $100 for a fight. Like I'm not going to feed.
We're not feeding the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm not feeding 12 whole people too.
You motherfuckers bring the food.
Yeah, I don't care if they're great value burgers, dude. Just bring something that we can shove in our faces while we're hammered. Because you know what's awesome when you're drunk? Food.
Also, he said it's the green button on top of the middle machine.
Green button on top of it. All right, I'll look.
Okay.
I'll look while we're talking. So yeah, that's how you access the
The PIST Fantasy League?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that simple. No random players. Call in 757-525-3276. Yo, that's who it is. Boom. We'll get your email address. We'll shoot you a league invite over. All you got to do is sign up and show up on August 26th. It's that simple. So we will do that here in probably about 10 minutes at 6:30. Give you guys an hour and a half to call up.
Figure it out.
Huh?
To figure it out.
Right?
Because it's going to take some time, especially if you went with the bathtub picture.
It's going to be bathtub guy. It's going to be bathtub guy. I'm surprised that he was in a body issue of ESPN. I didn't think he played that recently.
I'll have to look at it later once we go to break.
Yeah, I mean,
because we're gonna take a little bit longer today to get to break. We just had a little mini break, but we're gonna take a little bit longer. We're waiting for our guy Jeff Pantridge to get here. He is the radio host for ESPN 94.1 here in Hampton Roads. He's going to be on with us during our second hour, during Loosey Goosey Hour. So he's going to get here at about 7:15-ish. So we're going to go a little bit past 7 o'clock. Then we're going to go get him. Then we're going to go up till 8 o'clock with him, do the regular interview. We're going to do our 2-minute drill like we did with Alyssa last week, as I explained before. And then we're going to get into a draft with him. We're going to probably do WWE tag team titles, depending on how he is with his WWE knowledge. But then if he's not that up for it, we'll go by the seat of our pants and figure something out.
Hey, puns.
Hey, more puns. The same pun. Just
right? Only it went out on the air this time.
Right? You heard it.
Yep.
Did you figure out the button?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I hit the button. I turned the volume thing all the way down, and I can still hear it. So you know what? You know when it's going to happen? During break.
True.
Because I don't want to, like, if I'm going to jerk off live, I'm going to do it for real. Like, I'm going to get something out of it.
I'm going to get something done.
You know? Yeah. Like, what goes up must come down. So, we all know I'm terrible with technology.
True.
That's why everything needs to, if everything goes smoothly, I'm all right.
Yeah.
You throw in roadblocks, I panic.
Kind of like that 3-hour roadblock that we sat in this weekend.
Hey, segue.
Hey. You like how I steered that?
I do, because I was stalling trying to figure out a segue, a way to lead into it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, pal.
This is why we work together.
Exactly. This weekend, for those who don't know, the Norfolk Admirals, it was the 5-year anniversary of their Calder Cup championship, back when they were the Tampa Bay Lightning affiliate in the AHL, now obviously the Edmonton Oilers affiliate in the ECHL. So they brought back a ton of guys from the championship team. Among them were current Lightning head coach John Cooper, Tampa Bay Lightning Alex Killorn was there, Andre Palat. Let's see, who else was there?
Tyler, Corey Conacher.
Yeah, Corey Conacher was there. Mike Koska, who played for the Rangers and the Flames at one point.
Michel Oulet, or however the hell you say his French-Canadian name.
That works. French guy.
Frenchy.
Yep.
Canadian-y. There was a bunch of them. And then also your guy.
Most importantly of all, the guy that brought me there, Flyers defenseman Radko Gudas. They also had the Calder Cup trophy there as well that you could photo op with if you so choose.
Which was fun.
Chose.
Yes.
I can't even speak English tonight, dude.
You can't speak English normally. It's okay.
I'm like grammar Nazi, man. Normally I can at least
string together a couple of words.
Yeah, normally I can kind of fake it. Tonight, dude, I'm a disaster. I'm the Cleveland Browns of radio tonight.
It could be worse. It could be a Cleveland steamer.
Boom.
Hey.
But what were you go ahead and share with the people your impressions of this Saturday, because I'm going to get the dude preloaded, and I have a feeling I'm probably going to go a little longer and a little more intense than you are on this.
The line was long and it was hot. No, I mean, it was for what it was, because Corey and I, we planned this out like middle of last week that we were going to go kind of show our faces, throw some business cards at the guys, say, hey, do you want to come on the show? We've already had Anthony Calabrese from this current squad. We had him on last year right after he had injured his neck. So it's kind of one of those things is you want to get more guys on. And we have a little bit of pull. So if we can keep going with the brand, great. Obviously, Jonathan Cooper, Radko Gudas, Corey Conacher, Tyler Johnson, all of those guys, those are mainstream guys now. They're big NHL names. So it was really cool to see them, to hang out with them for all of 5 minutes as you shuffled down the line.
Yeah, you got herded like cattle.
Yeah. But, as Corey and I, Corey, you brought along your old lady.
Yep.
I brought along fellow writer and contributor, Chris, my brother. And we hung out. And if you haven't been down to Waterside yet, down there in Norfolk, the new Waterside, it looks really good. It looks like a lot of fun if you have the money and the time to do those sorts of things. And if you do, great. We don't, so sucks for us.
Nope.
But if we were to ever go there, we would go make fun of Guy Fieri's restaurant and PBR Norfolk because that's just the type of people we are. And then we'd go find Buffalo Wild Wings down Bush Street. The other thing with this is there were a shit ton, a metric shit ton of people there. We expected that there were going to be a decent number because Norfolk doesn't get a championship caliber team every single year like your Bostons, like your Dallases, like your Miamis, your Chicagos, your LA, your New York. We don't get that here in Hampton Roads. So to have a group of guys not only win a championship, but win it in the fashion that they did, this region fell in love with that Admirals team. And you could tell by the turnout that they had on Saturday that they are still in love with that Admirals team and still in love with the notion that at least before they left, we won a Calder Cup with possibly the greatest group of AHL hockey players ever assembled together. The line was ridiculously long. It took us 3 hours to get from halfway across the bridge that crosses over Waterside Drive all the way to the front of the line where some random security guard who looked like he was like a small-sized linebacker in college in D3. He was Mark
Semino.
Oh, yeah. He was just, how many you got? How many you got? Oh, you got 4. You got 4. I got 4. I got 4. He's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, all serious and shit, chest puffed out. And he comes up to my nipple. The fuck? So it's not like, it's not like this was a super serious event, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I was the business card bitch this week. I was the BCB. Not to be confused with BBC. That's completely different. That's a news network in Britain, you fucking gutter snipes. Anyway, so I was the business card guy. I was shaking the players' hands. Hey, here's a business card. All of our social media is on there. If you ever want to come on the show, we'd be glad to have you do a 15, 20-minute interview. You could call in. You could come visit the studio. Whenever you're in town, not a big deal to us. A lot of those guys blew me the fuck off.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of them were like, hey, that's actually pretty cool.
Right.
And they seemed interested. I didn't get to talk to Radko because Radko, we will talk about this much more, I'm sure, with your meh. Yep. But when Corey and I got to that portion of the line, Radko was down at the very end of the table right there by John Cooper.
Yeah, he was the second last guy you got to.
Yeah, he was the last player. And when we got there was no Radko. Yeah. So Corey's having a hissy fit to my left, and I'm just waiting for my brother to stop shaking John Cooper's hand and fawning over this guy. And, I give him a business card. I'm shaking his hand, and he looked at me like I was crazy. Now, granted,
I'll get him too.
These guys have been sitting through probably 1,000 people worth of autographs and, hey, shaking kids' hands and dealing with disabled people. Because I'm going to go on a small tangent about this here in a second.
Disabled people showed up strong on Saturday.
Okay, do not mix up my words here.
Which is fine. We love Down syndromes.
Mix up his, don't mix up mine. Do not misunderstand me. I have all sorts of love for people with mental disabilities. We
love everybody here.
Yeah, Corey and I are a bunch of big couple of liberals. Yeah. But it's just one of those things that life does not prepare you in any way, shape, or form to see a larger than normal amount of people with mental disabilities at a gathering. There is only one time in your entire life that really prepares you for that. And that's when you're walking to class in high school and the special ed teacher walks by with all the students.
I was going to say Chuck E. Cheese, but
and
yeah.
even then, you kind of shield your eyes and you walk the other direction. Unless you're that type of person that helps out with that group, you don't really get involved. So there is not a lot of exposure in life to large groups of people with physical and mental disabilities. And because hockey players are the way that they are much more approachable than your other three major sports.
Save for the Admirals.
You can, like photo ops and pucks and stuff and, letters. These guys make more wishes than John Cena. And the only wish that John Cena's never made is his death. So, like, these guys go out of their way, especially for those fans that might not have the same opportunities as other people. But goddamn, there were a shit ton of them there. And it wasn't disturbing. It was just offsetting. And it made it seem as though my participation in the event was a little bit less. Because there's a guy that I follow on Instagram who he got the paper took a picture of him with John Cooper. It's in the paper. Like, it was a huge fucking deal. And like,
right.
I forget what his illness is. But he's been all over the paper for the past couple months. He's been getting a lot of notoriety, and it's just because of the fact that he's in a wheelchair and he deals with certain disabilities. And it's like, yes, that's cool. That's awesome. I like that we're highlighting those people, but it deadened the experience a little bit for me. And by the time that I got to John Cooper and I shook his hand, his eyes were blank. Had I been in the first 150, 200 people to get an autograph, he'd have been all over it. I can tell you that right now. If it was the first hour, he'd have been like, yeah, what's going on? Good to meet you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll definitely come on. Here's my info. By the third hour, he's fucking done. They had already missed their dinner reservations by an hour by the time we got to them. They were just sick and tired of having to rub Purell on themselves. Because, after shaking that many hands, you want to go to the nearest get rid of germs
Imagine if one of them was
factory.
a germaphobe. Yeah,
exactly.
Where's the Purell, dude?
Exactly. So it was cool. I had a good time, mostly because you and I spent 3 hours just
shitting on people.
I
was really mad at this kid in a Red Wings hat
who's sitting down.
Yeah, the line wouldn't move,
and
dude.
then the kid cup dropper.
Oh my God, there was this because we were right behind a group of like 8 unruly hellions. The Detroit Red Wings hat kid, the line would inch along and he would like scoot himself Indian style along. Like, he was too good to stand up. Mind you, I weigh 3 bills and I'm almost 30. My legs going fucking numb, and I got shit knees.
Oh yeah,
like
you and I both.
I need a wheelchair, dude.
We were crying.
Like, I need to go find one of the downsies and hit the eject button. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
My quad is throbbing right now. I'd shout out to my boy James Ballard if he's listening. I took the term downsy from him. The first time I heard it, I wet myself laughing.
You're a horrible person.
I am. We'll have to edit that out if I ever make a larger point in this segment that'll actually get us somewhere.
It won't.
But no, more than likely not. But I do hope, if anyone listening, I'm going to just put it out there right now. If anyone listening has Rod Fitzwell on Facebook as a Facebook friend, tag him in the comments section below, because I want him to hear this. This is going to be, I'll probably take us into halftime with my
I'll limit you to 15 minutes.
Because, dude.
You've got an article coming out. Don't spill it all.
Maybe. I don't know that.
Bitch.
It can either go, well, it's either going to burn bridges or like, hey, whoa, live burp.
Here's notoriety.
Yeah, exactly. Because I guarantee you there would be a group of people that'll be like, that guy's on it. And then there's another group,
what an asshole!
The jock sniffer group around here, which I'll get to. I'm looking at you, Rod Fitzwell, if you've been tagged in the comments yet, you bag of dicks. That'll be like, oh, don't talk to those guys. They're terrible. They draft porn stars, and they don't like. Here's the deal, okay? I was geared up when I found out Radko Gudas was coming to town. Hey, okay, cool. I get to go meet a flyer, get an autograph. As you know,
he's your guy.
Longtime fans of the show will know we used to do pre-shows from the Man Cave back in the day.
Yep.
I got right behind the couch. I got like a little wall of flyers, autographs.
Yep.
Okay. Boom. I get to add another one to the Man Cave wall. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I get to, it's okay, cool. I've been to Admirals games. I was, as much as I shit on local sports, they won the cup. It was cool.
Yeah.
All right. So show up. I get up Saturday morning. I get, because it was, hey, fans are encouraged to bring items to autograph. Okay.
Sweet.
I'm figuring in an autograph signing, you're going to have something there, but I'm not dumb enough to think that you're going to have a picture of Alex Killorn in a lightning sweater. You're not going to have Radko Gudas flyer shit.
Yeah, you're not going to have specialized
Right.
shit. You're just going to have generic bullshit
Exactly.
for people to get signed.
I don't want a Radko Gudas signature in Admiral shit. I will take one, but if we're encouraged to bring shit to sign, then you know what? I'm Google imaging the fuck out of Radko Gudas flyers, and I'm finding 2 cool ones so I can get one for me and one for my fucking kid.
Yep.
So went fucking Walgreens apped 2 Radko Gudas pictures. 8x10s, by the way, dude. Walgreens is where it's at. It was $7.98 for 2 8x10s.
I used to work at Walgreens. I know.
Dude,
I know.
not bad, man.
Not bad at all.
2017 economy. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Like,
So,
fuck Kinko's.
Yeah.
Bitches and bitches are expensive.
Yeah, seriously, dude. So free plug for Walgreens. Fucking donate to our Patreon.
Da 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 da. Boop.
So fucking we get there, man, and I'll admit openly that I did not expect there to be that much of a turnout. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah. What do we expect? We're like maybe a room full of people with enough to refill it.
I'd say 500 max.
Yeah.
Was what I expected.
Yeah.
And as it probably doubled that, I would say.
Because the event was only supposed to go from 5
5 to
p.m.
6:30.
to 6:30. Because they apparently had dinner reservations at 7.
I'll get to that.
Yeah. So
I'll
go
get
ahead.
to that. So if you notice off screen, I'm thumbing my box of cigarettes because I want
You
one.
want-
I
you
want
wanna
one
light one
just
up?
talking about this. I miss the throwback the way the garage used to be.
Right.
When I used to get mad about you talking Cowboys and I could just fire them off.
Now we're just going to do that at your house.
Yeah, right? Now, no, because if my landlord's listening, no, I don't smoke in the house. Not this one.
No, not this one.
Yeah. The other one at the end, it was like a bar in the 80s, dude. I didn't give a
Yellow
shit.
walls.
Yeah, man.
Leaky roof.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got more people than we expect here.
Go, hey, waiting in line, and they kept having people come around and go. They just showed up. It's moving, guys. They're bringing around cups of water. There's groups of kids in front of us. It's shit. It's hot. I don't like the heat. We're standing on a fucking bridge. I don't like heights.
I think I was the only person there that you legitimately actually was okay with.
Yeah,
by the end of it.
like our group, that was it. Other than that, I was just like, fuck everybody.
Yeah. Even Radko Gudas, fuck him.
No, he was the one person. I don't want to bury the lead, but
yeah.
So we wait in this long ass line. By this point, and mind you, we got there, the parking garage. We got there 4:15, dude. So I'm killing time in the garage, smoking a cigarette or two, because I'm thinking, all right, we got here early.
Yeah.
So get there, man. Go in, hey, piss real quick. They had a thing where they were selling it was you could get a game ticket, a shirt, and a poster with all them up there to sign for $20.
Yeah.
Boom, give me that.
But where was it?
Right in the middle of the fucking mall.
Where was the signing?
Upstairs.
Not right in the middle of the fucking mall.
Not there at all. So
great job there.
Yeah, good job, stupid. So I see a dude in a lightning sweater, and I go, okay, Bolts guy clearly knows where the fuck he's going because
Bolts guy.
He's wearing a Bolt sweater. So I stand in there with him, and this lady, we were on the side steps, and this lady who had a baby carriage, she was really indignant. She was like, the line starts over there. And I'm thinking, what the fuck are you in line for, lady?
Another pregnancy.
Yeah. Food stamps. EBT.
Wick.
Yeah. So you can save $9 on eggs and cheese, you fucking cunt. So
No. She's buying fucking fruit snacks with that shit. She ain't buying eggs and
Wick
cheese.
is terrible. Like, quick 30-second side rant on Wick. It's the biggest waste of time ever. You got to go downtown. You got to wait in a room with trash so that you can. Not, by the way, I don't care. Like, that assistance is there if you fucking need it. Okay, but you go jump through flaming hoops to get Wick certificates. So you can hold up the line with your Wick certificates. You spend your gas driving downtown to get the fucking Wick certificates and all this fucking time so that all you can get is some brand cereal, eggs, and cheese that's all store brand. You're a fucking idiot. Go to the store, buy it yourself, get a fucking job like a normal person. Buy it yourself and save yourself the time, you asshat.
You almost sound like a Republican there. It's
I do, but no, I hate that shit, man. Like, Wick is pointless.
I know.
I'm sorry, it's pointless, dude. Except only if you're doing it for the formula, because that shit's expensive as a bitch.
Yes.
If you're doing it for that, fine. But after the kid gets weaned off the teat, get rid of Wick.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Admirals.
Peanut butter and jelly. It's great.
All day, dude. All day, every day.
Fuck your kids' allergies.
Still in my
They don't
late 20s.
exist.
Yeah, stop. Peanut allergies aren't real. Peanut allergies aren't fucking real. All right? If you have somebody that has a peanut allergy, take peanut butter and just project it on them. Watch what happens. I'll tell you right now, nothing. It's like a fucking gluten allergy. That shit's fake. It's made up, because that's what we do now is we come up with things and put them on people because we have nothing better to do than fucking Google machines. So anyway, Admirals. We're in line. It's fucking hot. It's sweaty. You know.
Kids are annoying.
Yeah, kids are annoying, and I'm impatient. All right. And again, I don't mind. Like, I didn't expect to be the first person in line. So we get there, finally navigate the way through. We touched on the kid thing. You know, fuck them kids. And so we finally get, because you go and you navigate through this room, this line at zigzags. People are going around offering you water, and shit, you know. And you finally get there, and they're sending in, like James said, groups of people at a time. So 4 of us go in, and you get in another room where there's another fucking line, but it's like a DMV style, like there's like black, like the nylon deal, and it's once you get in there, I think it was like 15 minutes. It wasn't that long. So you go. Mike Koska was the first one you got to. And I can't remember after that. I want to say Barbario was one of the first. The 2 Lightning dudes, Alex Killorn, Andre Palat, dicks. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. I pull no punches. I never had. Why start now? Because it's going to offend somebody. By the way, if you're just tuning in and you haven't already, somebody hasn't. If you have Rod Fitzwell as a Facebook friend, tag him in the comments. I want him to hear this shit. Fuck you, Rod Fitzwell. I'm not done with him, by the way. So you go wait in this line. And, again, as soon as we get up there and it's our turn, and James is dealing out business cards because we just got business cards made up, and it was like, hey, like I have some on me. I keep some stashed in my wallet. I just brought him his because they had come on Friday. So it's like, hey, like both of us handing them out is going to be obnoxious. I'm holding these, like this Walgreens folder with my Goudas picture. He was like, all right, so I'll do it because you're here because Radco. So he was dealing out business cards ahead of us. We get to the line, and as it's our turn, as we get there, and, you know, I shake Mike Koska's hand, I look over, Radco Goudas gets up.
Yep.
And my first thought is, oh fuck no. Bruh.
I could feel like I felt like fucking Peter Parker just then, because like my Corey's getting mad senses were tingling, and I look over to my left, and all I see like is his face turning beet red.
I was in that moment. I was like, "Oh no, dude! I know you're a goon and you could kick my ass, but I will fight you if you leave
right now."
Yeah. So, but eventually it's like, okay, they've been here for a while. He's probably gonna piss.
Yeah.
So, go get through. And again, I'd resolved myself. I'm not leaving without his fucking autograph. He's the reason I'm here as a Flyers fan. Is Radko fucking Goudas.
Right.
So get through the line. Most of the guys are dildos. Let's be honest. Okay.
Yep. They were.
I noticed a lot of this. My phone's over there. If there was a lot of, you know, real quick. First of all, hey, sign this. You know, they do it and then they just slide it on like a fucking assembly line.
Yeah.
All right? There's no personal whatever or nothing like that, man.
Right.
And again, I don't expect you to suck my toes, nor do I want you to. But
I mean,
you know, like, don't be a dick, man. You know what I mean? And
You're after 3 hours. You're tired.
You're at a fucking autograph signing, dude. Put your fucking phone down. You can't tell your wife, your old lady, your side piece, your boyfriend, whoever's fucking you in there. I don't care. You can't tell whoever it is, I got this autograph signing because we won a fucking championship 5 years ago. I got this autograph signing for a couple hours. Don't fucking call me.
Yeah.
Fuck off. And if you do, you ain't getting a fucking response.
Nope.
But in between every autograph, I see guys sending text, including piece of shit John Cooper, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Fuck him too. I don't care. So you can't get through a 3-hour autograph session without texting. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. And as far as the line, dude, okay, the line that was much longer than they expected, and you're right. I know that they didn't expect that turnout. But you know what, motherfucker? This is why you're here. This is why you signed off on this shit. Yes, you won a championship 5 years ago. People are here to see you. But your fucking ass is sitting in that seat, getting paid probably, by the way, and getting free catered meals and all kind of other shit so that you can be paid respect to and that you in turn can fucking pay respect to the fans who are fucking here to see your goddamn ass. All right? So if you're not going to I don't want to hear, oh my God, I got to sit here for 3 hours. Fucking cry me a goddamn river, dude. Seriously? I had to stand here for fucking 3 hours. And you know what I get to do when I leave? Go hurry up and take a piss, unlike Radko, at my own fucking leisure, because I can't give up my fucking spot in line or the goddamn fucking deaf guy behind me gets it, because I end up seeing somebody doing this shit to him.
Yes.
Which is fine. I love deaf people. One of my best friends is deaf. It's fine. Deaf people represent. Hugs. But you know, like I get to hurry up and go get some taquitos for dinner, which I didn't. But the point being, like, I don't get a catered fucking meal, okay? And I shouldn't because I'm not a member of a fucking championship hockey team. And I accept that. But your fucking ass better sit here until every autograph is signed. You don't get to be surly and abrasive because more people turned out than you thought. You know what you should be, dick? Appreciative that this many people came out to get your fucking autograph, even though half of you motherfuckers aren't in the goddamn NHL. All right? Let's be honest, Rod fucking Fitzwell. Did anybody comment Rod Fitzwell yet? By the way, if he's listening, 757-525-3276. Call, please. So
he's probably asleep.
He's probably jerking off the rock girls. Fucking pervert. But anyway, so, like, that's my thing, man. You don't get to be angry because more people showed up and they missed a dinner reservation. Like that guy with the hard nipples that kept coming around and talking to us.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck I can't remember his name right now. It escapes me. There was a guy who I pointed out had hard nipples 10 feet from us, and he probably heard me, and I don't care. What's up, hard nipple guy? But God, I'm getting way too worked up over this shit.
I feel bad.
And by the way, at the end of the day, I got Radko Gudas' autograph. Why am I still heated?
Right. I feel so bad for your son when the first time he gets in super duper trouble for doing something really fucking stupid.
Oh, it's already happened.
I know, but I'm saying when he's a teenager, because now yeah, you can yell at him and spank him a couple times, but it's cool. When he gets to be a teenager, it's just going to be on Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Outback, big crate.
Exactly.
What's up?
So it's one of those things. I'm just like, oh damn.
Well, thankfully, I get through the line. I get to Coach John Cooper, who's texting as I just shoved the thing in front of him because by that point I was just like, fuck this, whatever.
Yeah.
Put the thing in front of his face. Hey, what's up, Coach? Think I shook his hand. Whatever.
Yeah. I had just given him the business card.
So
spiel.
in between you and me, though, he had a text he really had to get to.
Did he?
So did everybody else.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, and then immediately after I grabbed my shit and moved the fuck on, after I put on a fake handshake, he immediately had to send another one. I get it. You're an NHL head coach. You've been to a Stanley Cup. Two of these guys at the table have as well. But again, this is, it's an event. Put the phone away.
Yeah. Leave me alone for 3 hours.
Yeah, it ain't hard. You know how long a hockey game is? 3 hours. You go in during intermission, sending out texts? Probably now, actually. But, I didn't see Radko fucking Gudas send a text. Mind you, had 3/4 of the time we were in that fucking thing, he was in the bathroom. But at least he had the goddamn courtesy if he sent a text to go in the fucking bathroom and send it, not in front of fans.
True. That's probably what took him so long.
Probably, which is fine. Which is fucking fine.
What you do in the privacy, we've discussed this before.
Yep.
What you do in the privacy of your own stall is your own goddamn business.
Go fucking rub one out real quick and then shake my hand without washing it. I don't care. I got Gouda's jizz on my hands for the rest of my life now. I'll fucking lick it and never wash it. I don't care. My hands feel like a snail crawled on me. Awesome. It's Radko Gouda's because orange and black. So he comes back. I stand there. And, you know, I get through the line of dildos and, you know, I see Radko Gouda's kind of come back. So by this point, it was like, are you leaving? Like, no. I'm staying until I get his fucking autograph.
Do you see what I'm wearing?
Exactly. There's probably about 1,000 people there, all right, roughly. There was, other than myself, I saw, I think, 3 other people in Flyers gear. Everybody, maybe 5. I'll be generous, say 5.
It's okay. You had more representation than I did.
There weren't any Stars fans.
I saw no Star stuff.
Saw a Penguin fan, though, front-running whore.
Douche cock.
Yeah, he probably doesn't. He's going to go sell the autographs on eBay is what he's going to do.
Probably.
He's a front-running whore because he had a Penguins hat on.
Hey.
So, Radko comes back, and it's funny because, like, the day it exposed the positives and negatives of pro athletes. You had the texters.
Yep.
You know, it's inconvenient to sign for you because I've had the inconvenience of sitting down for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I missed my, you know, my free lobster bisque that now instead of 7, I'm going to get it I'm still going to have the meal. I'm just going to get it later than usual because you know what's not going to happen to their dinner reservation, wherever the fuck they had a reservation at.
It's not going anywhere.
The restaurant's not booting the fucking Admirals out. They're not.
No, not unless they never want to get visited ever again by anyone.
Exactly. So, okay, you're
not just the Admirals.
Right.
But the Calder Cup trophy winning Admirals.
Exactly. This is 5-year anniversary, whatever. You know, you're going to get your goddamn food.
And it's not like they can't be like, hey, John, like whatever random people that they have, because behind them there were like a bunch of random chicks that didn't work at because like they had the thing in a restaurant, but they were either like groupies or wives or whatever, or they were managers, and then there were a bunch of people in Admirals gear walking around doing stuff. They could have stopped one of them or lean back and be like, hey, Patricia, come here real quick. Hey, can you go grab me like, I don't know, go grab me a Coke and a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Or, run to 7-Eleven real quick. Chipotle's right next door. Can you go grab me a quesadilla? Me and Pilat will split it. You know, it's not like they couldn't have been like, hey, we're hungry because we missed our dinner reservation. Can you make it so that we're not starving by the time that we get there? It's not that difficult.
Nope, it ain't.
Open your mouth and use it for something other than losing teeth for hockey pucks.
Right? Exactly. Or for sending Siri texts. So Radko comes back. I see him come around, and there was a guy who, and mind you, by the way, I'm at this point because I mean you were there at the end of the table, at the end of the line. There were like 3 dudes in Admirals like polos. I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know if they're equipment managers. Who the fuck? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I don't care, quite frankly, at this point, especially. But I'm like standing there, just brooding, and I see him come back.
Yep. And
I'm like, okay, cool. There's a guy in a Tyler Johnson Admiral sweater, number 25, who's like, at that point, I can't remember who was right before Gouda's, but he's getting that guy's signature.
Yeah.
I see Gouda's coming back. I immediately, like,
dart in.
I just walked like I own the joint and just shoved myself in front of Tyler Johnson guy. And Radko sees me there in Flyers gear, man. And he says to me in like a Slovakian, like with a hint of Slovak or whatever the fuck. He goes, "Hey, sorry to keep you waiting, bud." And I don't know why that sounded fucking Irish, but that's what he said to me in Slovakian, kind of English-ish.
Yeah, right.
You know, and I was like, "No, like it's cool, man." Like, and he sticks his hand out, shake my hand. He goes, "Hey, Flyers fan." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, so like Admiral's picture, whatever." He signs. I says, "Hey, man, like I got these 2 pictures, extras for me and my kid. You mind signing them?" Absolutely, man, no problem. And one of the pictures I had printed out is a picture of him standing over Bobby Ryan of the Ottawa Senators, looking like he's gonna like smack him with his stick.
Yeah.
And he looks at me, man, and he goes, "Hey, you should get Bobby to sign this too." Like he's laughing now, but at this point he showed John Cooper, the picture. He's trying to show it to John Cooper. John Cooper's too busy to sending a text to look at the picture. Because, I mean, like, Radko was cool about it. He thought it was funny, Yeah. Like, oh, this is a cool-ass picture, whatever. It's different than, like, a run-of-the-mill, like,
it's
hey.
not something that I signed 700 other autographs.
Exactly. You know, so like we had that moment, man. He signed them and he handed them over, man. He goes, "Hey, man, I appreciate you. Go Flyers," in Slovakian. And, you know, we shook hands, and instead of like, I don't know why I remember this, but instead of like we go to shake hands like a regular handshake, but he goes and he
Does it?
Well, he re-gripped into that and grabbed my wrists and then went back to the handshake and he winked at me. And I remember just going, like Radko Gudas winked at me, and he gave me a Go Flyers, and he wrist grabbed me. Like, this is so point being, though,
as shitty as the experience was,
dude, I had this was back. I was 18 or 19 years old.
Yeah.
I was working at the shipyard at the time, and Frankie LeMaster and Bill Berge, two old school Eagles legends.
Yeah.
Both linebackers from the the 70s and 80s. That they were both on the Super Bowl 15 squad that lost Super Bowl to the Raiders. They were signing autographs back then at, I think it was Lynn Haven, the mall on this side of the water that used to always have like athletes in to do signatures and shit, autograph shows. I can't remember what mall it was. I want to say Lynn Haven.
Was it Tower Mall in Portsmouth?
No. What are the malls? It's Lynn Haven.
Lynn Haven, MacArthur, Pembroke.
MacArthur. It was MacArthur.
So it's the one in Norfolk.
It must have been, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was MacArthur. They had a sports show that they used to always have people there. I remember they had Reggie Brown back when he was a receiver to Eagles. I went there, but Reggie Brown never ended up showing up. Fuck him.
Yeah, what a tool.
Well, he missed a flight. So anyway, I'm working at the shipyard, and I haul ass back to the apartment, shower. I throw my Dawkins jersey on that I used to fit in that's now a seat cover in my fucking car.
Hey.
I throw my Dawkins jersey on, so I'm like, hey, dope. I've heard my pops tell me stories about these dudes. You know what I mean? It's fucking Frankie LeMaster and Bill Berge. When I go into the store, man, the whatever it was, memorabilia shop where they're signing, they had a guy that they had like a table where they had two pictures of each. You could pick one of each out. Mm-hmm. You paid like, I want to say $20 or $30, and you could get both autographs, picture, whatever.
Yeah.
They had right there by the table was the clerk, like the owner or whatever, the guy who owned the joint. Yeah. There was me. I walked in. There was another guy just looking at shit. And in the back left corner was Berge and LeMaster sitting at a table. We were the only 5 people in there, dude.
Wow.
Mind you, this is on like a random Wednesday. You know what I mean? And it's not, it's old school guy. I only, if they weren't Eagles, I wouldn't have been there. You know what I mean? But I go, Bill Berge was kind of a dick. I mean, he signed the autograph. I was like, hey, it's cool. It's an honor. My pops told me all about you, whatever. Cool to meet you guys. But Bill Berge's like, hey, cool, thanks. Signed the autograph, and, that was it.
Go away.
Frank, basically. He wasn't texting, though, to his credit. This was also back when, like, Razors and Blackberries were the shit. So you didn't have iPhone 19s to come all over. But Frankie LeMaster, like, he was the second guy you get to, and he was like, oh, like, he engaged conversation. He was like, oh, Dawkins, man, he's the shit or whatever. And I don't think he said he's the shit, something to that effect. So he signed, autograph, hey, what's your name? And I always like that. Like, it's corny, but I like when people, what's your name? Who do I make this out to? Exactly. Personalize it a bit instead of just, again, assembly. Yeah, whatever. Hey, get out of here. What's your name? Whatever. Told him, hey, Corey, no E, And he signed it, Frank LeMaster 55, Go Birds or some shit. I can't remember. It's in the man cave. But and as he was signing it, we're talking back and forth, and he had his 1981 NFC Championship ring on. So I made a remark about it. I was like, oh, shit, the fucking NFC Championship ring. He goes, yeah, do you want to see it? I thought he's going to
stick his hand out?
Yeah, do that. He physically takes the ring off and goes like this. So I stick my hand out. He places his 1981 NFC Championship ring in my hand. I now have Frankie LeMaster's NFC Championship ring in my hand. I'm debating darting out the fucking door because there's nobody in there. But then I'm like, dude, these guys are like fit in their 50s and 60s. Like, they can still kick my fucking ass, though. Yeah. And I was young and in good shape then.
Yeah.
But I'm not dumb. Yeah. All right? And, it's
young, dumb, and full of cum, but I ain't stupid.
I ain't stupid. But, I wasn't going to do that. So, but I held, looked at what
You've got an NFC Championship ring in your hand.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
He and I talked, dude. He and I had like a 20-minute conversation. you know, because nobody else is in there. And it's something, he didn't have to do it. He could have signed the autograph and just, here you go, and I could have left and gone about my merry way, got some fucking Wendy's and drove home. You know what I mean? But I will remember that shit for as long as I fucking live, dude, because he didn't have to do that, but he fucking did. We had a 20-minute conversation. It was great. Another guy ended up coming in. I bowed out. He would have stayed and talked to me. I was like, hey, look, it was really cool meeting you guys. Like, now I want to give this guy this opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right now, because of my point being to bring it back to the Admirals and circle back, I understand with the amount of people that Radko Gudas, we couldn't have a 20-minute conversation. Completely understand. But I appreciate the hell out of the fact that in that situation, he made sure that he made it worth it for me.
Memorable.
Yeah. He capped it off perfectly. So if for whatever reason he ends up ever seeing this video, hopefully eventually get him on the show.
I tagged him.
If he ever sees it, yeah, man, thank you, Radko fucking Gudas. I love you. Even before I met you when we had a bro moment, I love you. You're a flyer. But like it was cool, man. And I will forever appreciate that. Whenever I see that picture now, I will think of that moment. I will think of that handshake. I will think of the wink.
What did he write on it?
He signed. He didn't ask the names. I was kind of bummed about that. But because it was so hectic, I forgave it. I more wanted the name for the kid. Just because I thought it would have been cool. You know, he's fucking 8 to see, you know, oh, Radko Gudas wrote my name. Oh, shit. You know, because I'm such a fanatic, he knows who the fuck Radko Gudas is.
Did he write Go Flyers?
No, I wish, dude. I wish. But
see, like, that would have been like the touch. Like, I think that's better than the name.
Dude, I agree.
For you, at least.
I agree, man.
Because, you know, Flyers.
I kind of wanted to ask, but, like, it was again, I knew.
You're in that situation.
Right. I'm thankful for the autograph. You gave me, you know, now whenever, you know, reach out to get him on the show, hey, I'm the guy with the Bobby Ryan picture. He will instantly, it'll click. It'll click to him, too, man.
We will get him on the show at some point.
I'm getting Radko on the show. I'm like, hey, remember you winked at me. You know?
I touched your head, just.
Yeah. You re-gripped, remember?
You re-gripped.
But
man,
all of that to anybody tag Rod Fitzwell yet?
I don't think so.
757-525-3276 is the number, by the way. We're going to have a couple minutes. We're going to go to halftime, take a smoke break, come back. We're going to throw the mystery guy up for the fantasy league.
Yeah, we can roll probably about 9 more minutes, and then we got to go.
I figure, about 7:05 or 7:10.
Get Mr. Pants.
Is he on his way? Have you talked to him?
Well, I messaged him. I'm waiting on his reply. He did not see my message yet.
So hopefully traffic's not a bastard, and hopefully Pants is headed that way. Hopefully he can get here before we got to shut things down.
Yeah, if nothing else.
Yeah, we can always reschedule.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll do something. But either way, I saw something about Rod Fitzwell posted, I don't ever want to hear that people in Hampton Roads don't care about hockey. Look at this turnout. Because remember, as we're doing all of this, there's people going around taking pictures.
Yes.
There's representatives there from all the local news stations. Wavy TV 10 was there, I think. I know
Channel
I saw
13 ABC was there.
Yeah.
I didn't see WTKR.
I saw WTKR.
Oh,
they were there. They kind of showed up in the back early.
Did you see Tom Saunders?
I wish. There's, by the way, head over to PISTsports.com just because, frankly, learn yourself something or let us learn you something. And I also may have I started a piece Saturday before I chat everywhere that it's probably karma getting me back, in all honesty.
Probably.
But I eviscerate a lot of people in it, and I had it brought to my attention of it can go one of two ways. Either it's attention, it's notoriety, or in a small market like this, when it's a good old boys club, you can burn your bridges real quick before the bridge gets completely erect. Hey, now.
Hey.
So, because I think you said you read part of it on a one.
I read all the way down to I had read to where you had stopped.
Okay.
You had taken a break.
I hadn't picked it back up yet. Yeah, I went to bed, was like, all right. Because at the end, I kind of lost a little steam. It was late. And I was like,
you were talking about choo-choo.
Yeah, man. And it was just like, all right, I'm losing it here. And
it was great.
1 to 10, how, is that the most going after somebody?
That's a 12.
Really?
That's a 12. You normally cuss and go outside the lines in your articles.
Right.
Because with us here, here on PIST Radio and at PISTsports.com, it's no bleeps included.
Yep.
We don't censor shit because there's no reason to.
Exactly.
But you went above and beyond anything I expected, because it takes a couple of turns, like hard turns. And it's one of those things where when it takes those turns, all of a sudden you're rammed right through the fucking tunnel. It's like sticking your finger over the top of a hose and then expecting the water to not come out like a fucking fire truck.
Yeah. It's after leaving there, it was one of those things. I remember being really goddamn cord. I remember being really just, and again, like I have thick skin, dude. I'm not social media society now in 2017, somebody who looks to be offended.
Yeah.
But I found it bothersome that this many people were on their phone. And again, Rod Fitz, don't tell me all these people in Hampton don't care about Hampton Roads. You know what, Dick? Then why can't you sell out the Scope on a Saturday night? The Scope holds 87,001 seats.
8,700.
Or, yeah, 8,701. I know because I looked it up. I wanted to be exact because I wanted to prove a fucking point.
Yep.
8,701 seats is the Scope's capacity for a hockey game. You can't sell that out unless your team's in the championship. You're not a fan base at that point. You're not. You're a bandwagon. That's the reason these people are here. If it was just an Admirals autograph signing, a third of the people would have been there.
Not even.
Yeah, I agree.
150, 200
I agree. You know what I mean? So don't sit here, Rod Fitzwell. Somebody tag him. Tag Rod Fitz. Somebody watching this has to have him as a Facebook friend. Especially if you're a chick. If you're a chick, he's probably masturbated to your pictures. Just type in Rod, and I'm sure Rod Fitzwell will pop up. Tag him in this. I don't care.
You went there.
You can unfollow us because I drafted LGBT and Planned Parenthood, you ultra conservative dipshit. But you're gonna follow every barely legal rock girl contestant who's ever applied because you want to have a plethora in your spank bank. Fuck out of here.
Now, do you know this for a fact? Have you gone through his?
Come on, man.
follows?
No, I haven't. But I mean, let's
keep the dream alive.
let's be honest, man.
Let's be honest.
Do we have to see, like, if somebody walks in with a ski mask and a knife, do we need to physically see the robbery at 2 in the morning? You know? If the shoe fits, ... So
if the shoe fits well.
Hey! Every now and then we have magical moments around here.
Oh, that was great.
That was a good one.
That was great.
I wish that the audio would have picked up earlier because this has been a fun show.
This has.
I wish there hadn't been 15 minutes of dead air and
I'm just glad we're not talking about Gordon Hayward's decision 3.0.
Yeah, fuck him.
Maybe
hour 2 for which technically is hour 2, but maybe after the break for 17. We'll give you 17 seconds of Gordon Hayward talk is what we'll give you. Which isn't even talk. It's like a burp and saying his name and we move on. But I just want to say this before we move on to a break. I don't want this to turn into, I've always had a problem, and I think it is probably in part because I have, I'm not from here, man. You know, there's, maybe if I was, it would be different. But I have, I come from a place that has sports in all 4 major teams that, is brutal, is honest.
Yeah.
The media goes after people. And then, hear this jock-sniffing mentality of let's make everything around here seem like it's the best thing ever just because it happens to be in our backyard. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. You don't get to say it's the best ever because you were a part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of on the fringe, And I just think that when you say, "Oh, Hampton's a hockey market," because we had 1,000 people show up roughly for this Admirals autograph thing.
No.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it purely comes down to bandwagon effect because they won a championship. You do because dude, I guarantee you, there's no offense, they've had Admirals games, I'm sure, where they don't even have as many people there as that were there for the autograph signing.
You're right.
I mean, I know, and it's sad, dude. I have nothing but respect, guys like Anthony Calabria. I'm a hockey guy for the players and everything, other than, the dickheads that were playing with their phones. Props to them, But And I've always put it like we need to support them better. They also, in turn, could put themselves out there more. This is, like it's a symbiotic relationship. But don't sit there and go, hey, we're Toronto now. We're Montreal. You know what I mean? We're a hockey market. No, you're not. That's why the fucking Admirals have been threatened to move and fucking sold a bunch of times. That's why they've been demoted from AHL to ECHL. It's because there's no fucking support here, and it's not a hockey market.
Yeah.
Call Rod Fitzwell, 757-525-3276. It's 10 after. You want to take a puff and come back?
Let's do that.
All right, so here's what's going to happen. Other side, we're going to be going for about 5 minutes, so 7 maybe. Hopefully on the other side is going to be Jeff Pantridge from the Pants Party, ESPN Radio 94.1 here locally.
We're going to get that thing in the corner to shut the hell up because now it's annoying me.
Oh, dude, it's terrible. I know.
You've been sitting in the muck over there for
I know. It's at the point where I've tried to tune it out, but it's still occasionally when we get loud, I hear it, and it's just like, ugh. But, like, I want to be loud because it's our show. It's fun. It's what we do.
Yep.
We're loud people. So we're going to go smoke on the other side. Mystery guys coming up. So if you're listening, stay, obviously, first of all, but if you tuned in for the McGregor Mayweather fight giveaway, stay tuned on the other side. We're coming back with that. I'm going to throw him up. We'll fill you in on all that coming on the back half of the show. So stay tuned. If Pantridge isn't stuck in traffic, we'll have him. Either way, we got about 50 minutes of shenanigans and bullshit left in us. So now that we got all the Admiral stuff out, we can move on to
other things.
Yeah, other less intense topics. We can be peaceful. We can hug like Bailey.
Hey,
how did she get a Funko and not Alexa Bliss? That's what I want to know.
I'd hug the hell out of her. I don't care.
I don't understand the Funko choices.
Quit whining.
Yeah, we'll get that Funko talk in hour 2 and other stuff. So tune in. It's Pistol Midnight on our station. Or God damn,
PIST Radio.
We PIST Radio now because Monday's in this light outside. So stay tuned. We'll be back here shortly. PIST Radio on our station, radiofradio.com. What the fuck? Over?
Lost your home. Get out now. try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. I've been wondering if I find it, yeah. Wondering where it's hiding, if it's in our nature or in my makeup. I wonder if it's in my life's design. I wanna love like day loves night, or the sun loves the moon, or nose love flower that bloom. Wide open, with heart clear and mind focused. I wanna love like it fell down and I picked it up but nobody noticed. So it's all mine. I wanna get to know it, take it out in the sunshine and spend time. Love like sprinkles of ice.
What's up, kids? Welcome back. It's hour 2 of PIST Radio live from the WDMF studios here in Norfolk, Virginia, radiofradio.com. Thank you for being with us. Hour 1 went a little longer than usual, but that's what happens when you get started late. So we're still here hanging out till 8 o'clock. As you'll see really quickly behind me, we're going to continue with our Fantasy Football League giveaway.
That way.
I'm going to get to the guest. I want to get this out of the way so we can focus on him for the rest of the show.
Right,
the Fantasy Football giveaway, which includes access. You're going to be in the first PIST Fantasy Football League with James, myself, the extended members of the PISTsports.com staff. And the live draft is going to take place on Saturday, August 26th, which if that date rings a bell, it's because it's the day of the McGregor-Mayweather fight. So not only do you get to join the league, but you get the fight for free because I'm going to spend $100 for your entertainment. So all I ask is you bring like a 12-pack and maybe a sack of burgers. That'd be great. So you can give us a call at 757-525-3276 is the number. Random obscure dude from the NFL past is behind me. So if you know who he is, all you got to do is call in at 757-525-3276, and you're in. And you can watch. You can get free spectacle on Saturday, August 26th. So go ahead and give us a call. That is now open and available. But we are fired up to have with us here live in studio, host of ESPN Radio 94.1's Pants Party live here in Hampton Roads, Jeff Pantridge. Jeff, thanks for being with us, man. Really appreciate you coming out.
Gentlemen, I'm excited. I'm excited about this fantasy football draft. August 26th, let's do it.
Do you have plans for the fight?
I do have plans for the fight. Yes, I'm going to be. I'm going to be doing an event with ESPN Radio at Dave & Buster's.
I got you.
But I might be able to swing by before the fight. I don't know.
Do you want to do the draft? Because you get a free pass.
Okay,
you're in.
I'm in.
You're in if you want it. Yes, absolutely.
I think I might have to join you guys. Like I like me some fantasy football. I kind of know what I'm doing. So
okay.
I need to get in some new leagues up here. I still don't have that many friends here yet, so I need to take somebody's money. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. Well, you can take ours because what we were going to do is James and I were going to be Patriots and we were going to rig the league for ourselves.
Oh yeah.
But if you're in it, then we'll try and finagle it at least less obviously. But all kidding aside, so you're a big fantasy guy. Are you PPR or no? Because James and I go back and forth on this.
I am PPR. I play in both leagues. I've been in 2 leagues forever, and it's one of them's PPR. It's a forward-thinking league. We're always trying to redefine it and make it better.
Right.
And the other one's old school, and they don't even want to do PPR. It's part of the game. Possession receivers are part of the game. There's a lot of these slot guys are part of the game now. Where it's it should matter if you get a first down. You're not going to get a touchdown every time. So if you're a guy that catches 110 balls and you only have 5-6 touchdowns, you're still a productive player in the league. So I'm all on board with PPR.
What round do you draft Danny Whitehead then?
It depends. Well, he's the kind of guy that you can get later on. You can probably get him in round 15, and if he's not hurt, then he can give you mad points.
He's a solid bench guy as you'll get. My argument with PPR has always been, though, Jeff, and again, Jeff Pantridge, host of the Pants Party here on ESPN Radio 94.1. If you're just joining us, 757-525-3276 is the number if you want to join the conversation, or the PIST Fantasy League, which we're going to try and convince Pants to join. My argument with PPR has always been, though, we'll take Danny Woodhead, for example. Yeah. He catches a bubble screen. It's a 2-yard loss. He gets tackled in the backfield. You're awarding points for a loss of yardage, too, in some instances. So that's kind of and I'm also a Taurus, so I'm kind of stubborn.
All right, I got you.
So that's why when we set the league up, when we were setting everything up settings-wise, we got to PPR, and James and I just kind of looked at each other, and it was like, all right, like, how are we going to do this? And I let him sell me on PPR, but we did different stuff with it. Like, it's an ESPN league, so that's the platform it's on. We added head coaches.
What?
Yeah, because it's an option. We didn't know it would be an option. You can go punters. You can have an entire team of, you can go defensive like draft a full 11 defensive roster too if you want.
You actually can have coaches now.
Head coaches.
Yeah.
I've never even gone as far as IDP. It's just too much for me. I got other things to do. But like, but coaches, like you can literally have Bill Belichick be your coach, and he gets points. How does a coach get points?
You get it for like the amount of points that coach's team wins by, and then if they win or lose the game.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So it depends on, like, you want obviously a strong coach.
Yeah,
so
when are you drafting Belichick? Is he a third round guy, or is he like a defense where it's basically you pick him where you pick the kickers?
When you go to draft Belichick, you put cameras on everybody else's iPhone
exactly.
so you see what they're looking to take.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to kind of see, because that is, like IDP players. I run my league that I've had for 8 years.
Yeah.
I've always run an IDP. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know, it's an individual defensive player. So somebody at safety or linebacker or defensive line. It's that particular position can net you 15 to 20 points a game.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And, if your tackle bonuses are a little bit higher, if your sack bonuses are a little bit higher, a linebacker who gets 150 tackles in a season is going to – it's just like drafting a second running back. So it's pull that guy, get him in the 6th or 7th round. Head coach, that's where we're going to have to see. This is going to be a test year. See what we get to do with it.
All right. We're not drafting coordinators, are we? I don't want to have, like, all right. In the
coaches.
16th round, Pants takes the strength and conditioning coach from the Packers. Like, I don't want to do any of that. That's getting a little too crazy.
Aaron Rodgers, nutritionist, or Russell Wilson's nutritionist.
Yeah. At what point do we take Dom Capers?
Oh, there you go.
But I've been trying to get IDP to pass in my league for years, but it got voted down. So that's why we're kind of experimenting, I should say, with this one. But you, Jeff, you came from Tampa, was where your background, where you came from. So if you don't mind, just for listeners who, and again, you can catch Jeff on the Pants Party on ESPN Radio 94.1 from 4 to 7, Monday through Friday here on ESPN 94.1 here locally in Hampton Roads. What was the process like to get you from Tampa to bring you here to the 757? How did that go, if you don't mind us walking through it?
Yeah, no problem at all, guys. I applied for it online. Mm-hmm. I was at a radio for a little over 2 years.
Okay.
But the last station I worked at folded, and it turned into a rock station.
Okay.
This happens in radio all the time.
Right.
Everybody thinks radio is so glamorous, and a lot of it is if you're Dan Patrick or Jim Rome or Cowherd or any of these guys or Mike and Mike. It's really glamorous. You make millions of dollars a year.
Right. But
if you're on a local level and sometimes stations don't work out, they say, hey, you know what? One day you walk into work and say, hey, we don't like the direction that this sports radio thing is going. We just got bought out, and like, you know what? We're going to make it a rock station. So you can hit the bricks, all of you. And they fire everybody, and you get 2 weeks severance, and you're gone.
Jeez.
So it's tough, man. It's really tough to get back into it. There are only so many radio jobs out there. Mm-hmm. So I was applying for gigs for 2 years, 26 months. I got close a bunch of times, but it's basically a lottery ticket to get one of these jobs. You get 500 people applying for one job, and you're lucky if you make it in the top 10 or in the top 5. Yeah. I got in the top 5 like 6 or 7 times. I was right there, but I just couldn't get it, and I finally applied for this one. The station, ESPN Radio 94.1, they were kind of looking to go in a different direction from the last guy they had on. Super talented guy, Nick Cattles. He did a great job here for 4.5 years. But we
like you better. And it's not, by the way, it's not just because we have you on.
Go back and listen to our old shows.
We spoke positively of you even before you showed up today. So.
Oh, well, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. But like, they wanted to go. The program director of ESPN Radio 94.1 and our general manager of our building at Max Media, they wanted to go in a different direction. They wanted to have more of a fun, lighthearted kind of show.
Right.
Like my program director loves Le Batard. Like he's all about Dan Le Batard. And so that's what they wanted to have for Afternoon Drive. They didn't want to have a Le Batard clone or anything, but they wanted to have something lighter, a little more fun, and not so, not so hardcore all the time.
Yeah,
so.
not so driven.
Yeah.
Kettles was very driven.
Exactly, yeah. And there's a million different ways to do a sports radio show and be effective at it. Mike and Mike aren't funny, but they're good. Le Batard is funny and he's good. You can call her Cowherd's not funny, but he's talented. So lots of different ways to do it. Dude, I'm not a fan of his either, to be honest with you. But
he's the one who hates him. I'm okay with Cowherd. I like Christine Leahy better because she's good to look at. But other than that, it's take it or leave it.
That's a good Cowherd impression, though. By the
way. So I sent him my stuff. Basically, I sent him my materials. I sent him a bunch of I sent him old shows. I sent him clips. I kind of explained my radio philosophy, and it struck a chord with him. I got in the top 5 to 7 interviewees, and then we went through the interview process, and boom! Before you knew it, it was really quick. It was like within a week after getting my first email back from them. Yeah, they told me, "Hey, man, you got the job. Can you be up here in 2 weeks?" And boom, changed my life, and here in Hampton Roads, and I'm absolutely loving it, man. Just such a cool area. Listeners, everyone, people have just been awesome, man. I just can't get enough of this place.
What's kind of the biggest difference? Because obviously here in Virginia, we have the humidity and we have the crappy traffic, but St. Petersburg area is kind of a bit, I would assume, a bit different.
Oh, no doubt.
So what's kind of the bigger differences between the two areas?
I would say, well, St. Petersburg, there are a lot of similarities because of the tourism industry here, tourism industry there. I lived 15 minutes away from the beach, so you had a lot of that. And St. Petersburg is very artsy, and there's a lot of restaurants. It's kind of like Norfolk.
Okay.
So if I could compare anything, I would say St. Pete and Norfolk are very similar. Where you go to downtown Norfolk, you got all those restaurants and Granby, and you can see it. You can see Norfolk coming up. You can see it rising. I talk to locals all the time, and they say, "Man, you wouldn't believe the 180-degree turnaround that's happened in Norfolk," and that's kind of where St. Petersburg was at maybe 5 years ago, and now St. Pete's exploded. It's just blowing up like crazy. Tampa's a nice area too, but I would say one dissimilarity is the people are much nicer here, and I'm not just saying that because I live here now. The people were fine in Florida, but everyone is just like overly nice, I found, in Virginia. And I don't know if it's because it's, the South, and a lot of people in Florida are from the Northeast, a lot of New Yorkers down there. Yeah. And a lot of Philadelphia.
What it do?
So it just see everybody I've ran into, I walk down the street and just random strangers will say hi, and I'm not used to that, and I think it's super cool. I've had such a good experience in Hampton Roads. I love it, man.
Awesome. Is Florida anything? Because I've never been. This is South to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So is Florida the way they portrayed on the Golden Girls? Is it really that retirement? Like, are there that many retired Blanche Devereaux hanging out?
There are in certain areas. Like, and St. Petersburg, my hometown, used to be like that, but that's changed. It's really hip now. Okay. But like Fort Myers and Naples and all Port Charlotte, if you anywhere south, man, it's really like that. I love. I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan, so once in a while I'd go watch their spring training down in Port Charlotte. And that's, just a little outside of Fort Myers. The median age there is like 95. It's ridiculous. People, it's just dead man walking everywhere. So there is a lot of that happening in Florida. And there's a lot of just weirdos in Florida, too.
Florida man.
Yeah.
Florida man is everywhere.
Florida man is everywhere. It is legit. It is real. Florida is like California's drunk uncle. It's an odd place.
Here's a dick.
Yeah. It's crazy because Florida has like just all the dregs of society come down to Florida because anyone can make it in Florida.
True.
If you're up north or in the Midwest or out west, you got to hustle. You got to work. In Florida, you can just kind of just be and do your thing and survive, and that's cool. That's why people move to Florida, to kind of screw around. So it brings a definitely an interesting group for sure.
Huh. Because I went the only time that I've been to Florida, I went down to Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah.
That's Panhandle. That's a little bit different.
Yeah, Redneck
from,
Riviera.
Exactly. So, it's one of those things. As I went down there for my buddy's college graduation, he was graduating from Florida State, and it was like middle May. Super humid. The moss is like glistening, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just humid, gross. You don't want to be there, and so for me, that's kind of my Florida experience. But at the same time, I can see where that kind of lifestyle would be almost advantageous.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yep. No doubt.
So for people coming in, and then you've gotten to do a bunch of stuff, here locally. You did the opening day or the first pitch with the Tides. You've
nailed
done
it. Strike.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Boom.
Over the plate.
It was a great knuckleball. I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, it wasn't fast. It was. Well, I saw. Did you guys see the Cubs pitcher? Was John Jay for the Cubs last week? He wasn't a pitcher. He's a fielder. Came in. They're getting shellacked, so they brought him in.
Yeah.
And he was throwing 46-mile-per-hour cheese. Mine was about 26. it wasn't even 46. It was literally going backwards. It was so slow, but I got it over the plate.
Would it have gotten through in a slow pitch softball league?
No, it would have gotten hammered. It would have been absolutely hammered. But luckily, there's not a batter up there.
Right.
It's weird. I've never thrown out the first pitch in a baseball game before. They don't let you warm up. At least that's what they do with the Tides. Because I asked them, they're like, "No, we want you out there cold."
Man.
It is so wow. It's so hard to throw a baseball if you haven't warmed up.
That is so daunting.
It's weird and Before, a couple days prior, we messed around on the show before the show, throwing the baseball around.
Yeah.
I hadn't thrown a baseball or caught a baseball or hit a baseball in 25 years.
Oh, jeez.
So we kind of threw around a little bit. And I was like, okay, I felt it now. We practiced for like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But to go out there and stand on the rubber 60 feet, 6 inches away in front of people and just to be cold and get it over the plate, it's tough. I was more focused on just getting it there versus trying to put any mustard on it at all because I did not want to skip it.
So you're saying we should forgive Carly Rae Jepsen?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they didn't let her warm up. Carly Rae, if you let her warm up, she would have thrown an absolute heater. She could have probably thrown an 85 down the middle. But no, it's hard when you come out there cold. Try throwing a baseball for the first time if you haven't thrown in a while. It's not easy.
So 50 Cent is guilty. Carly Rae Jepsen's innocent.
Yes.
Oh my God. That was the worst one, man.
Oh man.
What's your sporting events of all year? We've got the Home Run Derby coming up tonight.
Yep.
What of all sporting events on the calendar? We all have ours. What's your favorite? What do you look forward to most every year?
Oh, I wouldn't say every year. I'd probably say what I look forward to most is actually the World Cup.
Okay.
I'm a big World Cup guy.
I was going to ask out of the niche sports because James is a soccer guy. I'm a hockey guy. So I was eventually going to, hockey or soccer, but
as far as as far as like the big four, it depends on who's in it.
Right.
Football's my first love.
Yes.
But everyone loves football. That's no shock. But obviously, I like the Super Bowl as long as the teams are compelling. I'm a World Series guy. Baseball was my first love. So if the World Series has teams I'm interested in, I'm in because there's something about the slowness of baseball that I like in the playoffs when it matters. Like during the game
tension.
The tension, exactly.
Yep.
If it's game 75 in June, I don't care about a baseball game. I just don't. It just doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But if it's game 7, obviously in the World Series, or even game 4, whatever,
something's on the line.
The slowness builds and the tension builds, and the camera
cold
shots
seeps in.
The cold seeps in. Like it's cold out. You get the camera shots, and it's just everything about it, and it's just. There's nothing better than October baseball. I absolutely love it.
Now, when it comes to championships, as you were mentioning with the World Series and Super Bowl and everything, if you don't have a horse in the race, do you subscribe to the cowherd theory of let me get, the powerhouse teams, the dynasties? I like that. Or do you subscribe to the theory of I want to see different teams in there if it's not mine?
I guess I'm going with the cowherd theory.
Really?
Yeah. I like seeing the big teams. I like the powerhouse teams because I either want to see them win or I want to see them fail.
Right.
But I have a rooting interest. It's if the Diamondbacks go to the World Series this year, I'm going to be pissed. I got nothing invested in them. And it'd be new, but to me, that just doesn't do it for me. I'd much rather watch. I'd love to see the Dodgers and the Red Sox in the World Series this year because they're two big markets. They're two well-known teams. I don't want to see the Astros and the Diamondbacks. Does nothing for me, to be honest.
All right. Well, okay. So now, obviously, we do have in the NBA, we've got for 3 years now, same damn teams.
Same damn teams.
At what point do you get sick and tired of the same damn teams?
It's hard to say. Maybe a couple more years. I don't want to see, and some other teams are getting better, but I don't want to see Boston in the finals right now. And I like Boston. I do, but they don't have any star power. I'm a guy that I need something to be invested in, like I said. And with the NBA, I love LeBron. I love KD. I love Steph Curry because they're so recognizable and they're just so easy to root for or against.
Right.
I just don't like boring teams. I don't want to see a bunch of no names in a championship. It's not for me unless
the Bucks and the Jazz.
Can you imagine that? And it's, and the Bucks got a nice team. They're coming up. They Greek Freak, but. I don't want to watch that, and a lot of people don't. And what I do for my show, I cater to the casual sports fan. I'm not catering to the hardcore guy that watches 10 hours a day and listens to 10 hours of radio a day, because I already got you.
Right, exactly.
I know that you're already listening. So I want to cater to the casual fan, the men and women out there that like sports, but they like the names and the star power more. So I'll take a dynasty all day.
Okay. You want to go ahead? Did you get the questions?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, cool. So what we're doing now, especially now that we're doing in the new space, we've got, we're getting live guests on. We're doing what we call our 2-minute drill.
Okay.
So pretty much it's just rapid fire as quickly as you can answer these. A lot of them are this or that questions. A couple of them are thinkers.
Yeah.
But just as quickly.
Man, I didn't tell me I had to think. I got to think.
Right?
Not really. We don't for the whole 2 hours. So
all right, that's good.
At least he does.
Yeah.
All right, so Corey, if you want to start it off, I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer on 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, for drawers, boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
All right. Yanks or socks?
Socks all day.
Saints or Falcons?
Neither.
Had to throw that in there. Chicken or steak?
Chicken, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best sports moment?
Best sports moment for me would probably be, Rondé Barber's interception. Rondé Barber's interception in Philadelphia. I'm a Bucs fan, and we won the Super Bowl. That was easy. That was just gravy. Once we got past Philly, there was no way they're going to lose that game. But Rondé Barber closing down that dump of a stadium. And
get in. All right. Worst sports moment.
The worst sports moment. When my Gators lost to Nebraska in the 1995 national championship game, they got just a dump truck. They lost like 62-20. The Gators were undefeated. It was Spurrier. It was Danny Werfel. They had all these weapons. I thought that I was going to get my first national championship as a Gator fan, and they just got killed.
I got to change that Florida question then.
Yeah.
So worst to root for, Seminoles or Canes?
Oh, Seminoles. Seminoles are the devil. There's nothing worse.
Yes.
I don't hate anything. I'm a pretty even-keeled dude. I love everyone except for Florida State and Florida State fans and anything that has to do with that terrible institution.
1 minute left. Gretzky or Petty, as in Richard Petty?
Oh, Gretzky.
Okay.
There we go.
Gretzky's the greatest athlete of all time.
Ooh.
Yeah. Screw Jordan. Gretzky.
There we go.
Gretzky scored 92 goals in a season. It's amazing if somebody gets 50 now.
Yes.
Gretzky got 92. He had like 212 points. He destroyed the NHL.
Yep.
All right.
Between our college teams, Penn State or Virginia Tech?
I'm gonna kiss ass and go with Virginia Tech.
All right.
Hey!
You get a pass for that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Hot dogs or burgers?
Burgers.
Okay, good call. Favorite beer?
Favorite beer? Oh, anything local. I'd like. I'm all about the El Guapo.
Okay.
The El Guapo IPA. I've been hitting those. I'm really loving those.
All right. Here's the couple of thinkers. Either or here.
Okay.
You never ever have earwax again, but you also never grow facial hair, or You never have foot fungus again, but you're always barefoot.
I'm always barefoot. I'll take that. Yeah, because
Always barefoot?
Always barefoot. I got to have the facial hair. That's important for me. I got the hipster beard going.
Pants in the beard.
Pants in the beard. And if I'm barefoot, man, I'm on the beach. Yeah, that's cool. I'll take that.
Bobby Brown versus James Brown versus Chris Brown. Who wins in a fight? Because you guys have been talking about James Brown on the show the past couple of weeks.
My producers.
What are they doing?
They're idiots. They're idiots. I don't know what to say.
See, and supposedly we're supposed to be stupid millennials too, and I'm sitting there listening to it going, Stenberg, Risser, shut up, you're idiots.
It's James Brown, dude, the godfather of soul. As far as in a fight goes, I'm going with Bobby Brown.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, because Bobby can throw down. Chris Brown is a punk. Chris Brown hit women. Bobby Brown will hit anybody. And James Brown and James Brown was too high to hit anyone. So I'm taking. Well, Bobby was high too, but I'll go Bobby Brown.
Bobby, all right. You want a last one, bud?
Yeah. Best sports team you've never seen live.
The Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen the Patriots live. I'm hoping to see them this year finally.
All right. Side note, real quick, because you mentioned the beard. I've had like this set up way before anyone. Like I've had this since like the 7th grade.
Yeah.
But yet I'm almost 30 and I can't. I want your beard, but I can't do it. Do you have any secrets?
No secrets at all. Just blessed,
good genetics.
Man. Yeah. Good genetics.
Just better genetics, facial hair wise.
I shaved all of my scraggle today.
Yeah,
because it comes in patches and it looks like the Euphrates and the Tigris River that separates on my face. It's horrible.
I couldn't imagine not having a beard. I'm so glad I have the option because nobody wants to see this face. It's a show, man. It's awful.
It's all right. I have to look at that for. I've been looking at that.
That's
for
why I'm trying to grow a full one.
I
keep what the gods allow me to keep. We're joined by Jeff Pantridge of ESPN Radio, the Pants Party, 94.1 here locally, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. on 94.1 FM. You can give us a call, 757-525-3276.
I love that you guys take live calls, by the way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's you don't find that in too many podcasts. So yeah, that's super cool.
They don't come as often as we would like, but when they do come, a lot of like we've had a call from Cleveland.
Yep.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Cleveland,
I think that was the first call we ever had, like a year and change ago when we first started doing it.
Chase from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And
and he got us on the topic of the Browns for about 10 minutes, which was awesome radio because anytime you can talk about Gary Barnage, the listeners win, clearly.
I tell you what, though, guys, I don't know what it is about Cleveland, but they resonate. If you watch SportsCenter, they talk about the Browns. Yes, the Cavs are good, and they have LeBron, so you're obviously going to talk about them. But for some reason, the Cleveland Browns, it's because it's the car wreck factor, whatever it is.
Lovable losers.
They're somewhat compelling, and the Browns will get more run than 90% of
Miami.
the rest of the NFL. Yeah, nobody talks about the Dolphins nationally, but the Browns, people talk about them more than 90% of the other NFL teams.
The Cardinals.
Yeah.
Don't get any run here, but the Browns,
they
win.
Yeah. We talk about the Browns way too much on our show. I hate Cleveland. I don't know. And the team is just, obviously, they're the worst team in football. They're maybe the worst organization in sports.
Right.
But at least they're the best at something. They're the best at sucking.
Being terrible. Exactly.
So they're worth kind of talking about once in a while.
Yeah, well, it's like you said, it's the car crash theory. If there's a car crash on the side of the road, you're gonna take a gander at it.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna look. So, and that's why traffic here is messed up all the time. That 5,000 tunnels.
So we got. So that was a hell of a fun segment.
Yeah.
That was the most energetic because we had you saw the girl that went viral for the parking lot pass a couple weeks ago.
No,
Alyssa,
I didn't see it.
What was her last name?
Alyssa
Derrick. So it's a girl who plays softball up at the University of Maine.
Okay.
And somebody was taking a Twitter video of her and some friends down in a parking lot just throwing a football around.
Okay.
Now, she's 6'3".
Wow.
And she plays third base. She's 6'3".
Yeah.
She's ridiculously tall, much taller than myself, and I'm short. But she just bombs one, just 50, 60 yards in a parking lot.
Really?
And it went super viral, and everybody's, commenting like, there's the, oh man, that was awesome crew, and then there's the, oh, she needs to get back in the kitchen crew. So we brought her on last week.
Cool.
We had her on. We chatted with her for a little while. We did that same setup. And she was over the phone, so it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
But live in studio with the 2-minute drill, I think that is going to be. We're keeping that one around.
There you go.
That's a staple for a while.
It's just better. It's just better to do it live in the studio if you can.
Yes,
because you get that feel, and you can obviously you feel each other out. It's just better. A lot of times, phone interviews, there's awkward pauses, and it just doesn't. It just you don't connect, man. Yeah. Anytime. I'm not. When I do my show, I don't really have a lot of guests on. It's just because I don't want to talk to somebody on the phone. If I can get, I'll always ask. Like people will pitch guests to us. Like, hey, can I get them in studio? If I can get them in, bring them.
Yeah.
That makes it for a better conversation.
Does Ron Johnson come into studio or
no? He's over
the phone. Okay, that's what I thought.
He's on the phone.
Okay. We'll come hang out in studio with you.
Yeah, man.
Right?
There we go. Yeah,
down. We'll produce for you for a day. Why not? Hey,
you'd probably be better than the knuckleheads I have already.
Well, about that. All right, so we are getting down to the end of the show. We're getting close. Yeah, we are getting close.
Yeah.
So we wrap up every week. We do a fantasy draft.
Okay.
Some weeks we've drafted classic rock bands. We've done favorite cereals. Some weeks we draft things like bad NASCAR sponsors and porn stars.
Oh, all right.
We go all over the board.
Yeah.
So this week, Corey's idea for you. How big are you a WWE guy?
I love WWE.
All right, we're in.
Yeah.
All right, tag.
Raw's at 8, so we better finish this up.
Yes, overall tag teams
Okay.
throughout wrestling history.
All right.
So we're gonna do 4 rounds.
Yeah, we'll do 4 each. We'll see what we got because we got to be off by 8. But
true.
we'll see what we can get.
All right, I'm gonna
Or
record.
we'll see. We might be able to go a few over, but Monday Night Raw comes on at 8, just right.
True.
And the Home Run Derby. And I live in Hampton, people. Like I got a tunnel to get through.
You
man.
ain't got nothing to
Yeah,
do.
no, I really don't.
Calm down.
I'm acting like I have a life. I really don't. But yeah, any tag team in wrestling history. I don't know what made me think of that randomly.
Yeah, this is perfect. Who's first?
So, you are the guest, so you go
Oh,
first.
man.
Yep.
I got to go with the greatest tag team of all time. Got to go with the Road Warriors. No doubt.
Road Warriors.
That's
All
the
right.
pick. That's the Andrew Luck of this draft.
Yeah. You can't. I had another team in mind. I'm hoping they slip back to me. But yeah, you got to go with the Hawk and Animal. They destroyed everybody in like 30 seconds.
Yes.
And they didn't wait for the bell to ring. They painted their faces, shoulder pads with spikes on them.
Yes.
They dominated WCW and WWE. Can't go wrong with the Road Warriors.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Yep, you pick second.
I'm gonna go with the Dudley Boys.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Because I mean, Bubba Ray and Devon. Bubba Ray and fucking Devon.
Get the tables.
You can't go much better than that. So
No, you can't.
Dudley Boys, number 2. What you got?
See, I've got 4 that I really, really want, and 2 of them I'm not worried really about being taken. But see, Jeff, you're a little older, so there's one that.
What are you trying to say?
I mean that. I would hug you, but then there's no microphones, and so off air. I'll give you. I mean it with love, but so I'm a little worried that one that I have high is going to go, but I'm gonna go with my favorite wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I'm going Hart Foundation.
Hart Foundation.
That's a strong pick,
wow.
man. Yeah.
I got to go with my guy.
Wow.
I'm hoping you don't take my number 2.
All right. Well, that's a strong pick because Jim the Anvil Neidhart was just crazy.
Yes.
And he was the muscle, and Bret was the brains.
Right.
And they were heels back then.
Yes, sir.
That was a good tag team for sure.
Yeah.
So are we doing Snake, or are we doing, or is it back on me now?
No, it's back on you.
Back
Back
on
to
me.
you.
I'm actually going to go with the Outsiders from the NWL.
Oh, wow.
It's not just WWE. Can you do all
Yeah,
wrestling?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Please.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Those guys changed wrestling.
Man.
And pound for pound tag teams, there might not be any better than those two. I'm gonna roll with those guys.
That's
That's
that
a
is
good one.
strong.
How did I forget about? I was a WCW guy. How the hell did I forget about them?
Ugh. All right, I gotta go. I'm sticking WWE. I'm going with the Brothers of Destruction.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
That's a good one.
it doesn't get any better than like Kane and Undertaker just destroying somebody. So.
Two of the best singles wrestlers of all time. You put them together when they worked
Exactly.
together.
Double choke slam. Hello, goodbye.
Yeah, that's strong.
Corey, what you got, bud?
I'm going old school, back to the territories. This was the one I was thinking you might take. I'm glad you didn't, even though I forgot about the Outsiders somehow. I don't know how. I'm going with,
stupid.
I know, right? I'm going with Dennis Condrey and beautiful Bobby Eaton and Jim Cornette with the tennis racket. Give me the Midnight Express.
Yeah, I was going to take that, by the way.
Were you? Yes, I got it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I grew up with Sweet Stan and Bobby Eaton.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
I guess he was after Dennis Condrey. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love the Midnight Express were my favorite team as a kid. I just love because Jim Cornette was such a good talker.
Yes.
And they had all those cool moves. They did all these innovative moves. Now they look like chumps because
Right.
compared to what the guys do now. But when the rocket launcher and the flapjack
Yes,
and
yes.
yeah, they were awesome, man.
Yes.
Love the Midnight Express.
We probably got time for one more round. And it actually gives us a really good Instagram photo because we can just throw 9 in there in the thing. Because
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if we can squeeze a 4th round in. We'll squeeze it in real quick. We'll see, but we'll definitely go one more round. So, all right, 3rd round. Pants, you're up, man.
3rd round. Now that you took my Midnight Express, I'm trying to think who would be good. I'm going to go with 2 great singles wrestlers that had so much fun as a tag team. I'm going Rock and Sock Connection.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Those guys were just so much fun, and I think they won the championships at one point.
Yeah.
And the Rock's the GOAT,
Right.
and Mick Foley is one of the top 5 guys of all time. I'm going Rock and Sock.
Rockin'
I had that
Connection.
old Sacco shirt back in the day.
Nice.
I think I was in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That got over super well with the ladies.
All right.
bet.
I'm gonna keep it interesting. Keep it with the guy. They just won't go away.
Okay.
They will not go away, and they keep sticking around and keep sticking around. And I think it makes wrestling better. I'm gonna go with the Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys.
You
Yeah.
gotta go with it because you just can't get much better than that. You really just. I remember the matches that they used to do with the Dudley Boys.
Oh, those are
the
amazing.
high flying ladder,
Yeah.
the TLC matches.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
And they had Edge and Christian in there. Those were the
Yeah.
best, man.
Well, and I'm not like too into. I never watched TNA now, but like, are they gonna ever do that broken Matt Hardy gimmick that they're famous for? You know what that is?
See, I heard about it.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it because
They're like-
I was a CM Punk guy. After the pipe bomb, after
Yeah.
he walked, I distanced a little bit because I was 100% the CM Punk guy.
I love CM Punk. He's
Well, because
probably my
Yeah.
they're
favorite
going
guy of
after
all
the
time.
Raw titles now.
Yeah.
So because he was doing that like right before they got back into
And the
WWE,
WWE
and
just
now
made
it's
them
like,
back. They're just the old school Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
It might happen though. That
fans
might be
want
the
it.
retirement split.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you never know.
So that's an angle. All right, Corey, what's your last one?
All right, give me. There's 2 here, man. I'm gonna go. They're Philly guys. I got to represent ECW, the hometown promotion. Both of them are dead now too, I believe. Give me
Oh, wow.
Public Enemy.
They're dead.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh, the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Wow.
surprising. But
yeah, it
man.
happens.
That
Yeah.
was
Public Enemy, Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge.
Right,
They were
okay.
actually they did the table bit before the Dudleys did.
That's true. They did.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Who you
So-
got if Public Enemy were still alive in a fight? Public Enemy or Public Enemy?
Oh, the other Public Enemy
Yeah.
that I didn't draft.
Yeah.
That they would mop the floors with Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge.
Yeah.
That would be a
Terminator X, Professor Griff. Yeah, man. Oh,
Yeah.
Flava Flav. All day.
we didn't get any Viva La Raza in there.
No, we did.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, the 4th one you would have taken real quick, just off the top of you guys' head.
That would have been mine.
Anybody? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Pants, what about you?
Probably DX.
Okay.
I like DX.
That's a good one.
They were good. They were entertaining.
I probably would have gone. Nasty Boys.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Just to
Pit
stick
stop.
with the yeah.
Yes. Brian Knobs is. I know that guy. He's every bit as crazy as he is on TV. Same
Really?
dude.
Yes.
Exact same dude.
Yes. See,
Nobody
that makes me
picked
like
the
him
mega-
even more.
Nobody picked the Mega Powers. Hulk Hogan and Randy
Brother.
Macho Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Damn.
A lot of good tag
There's a
teams
lot.
out
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of good tag teams.
We might have to bring you back for a tag team draft part 2.
I'm in.
All right.
Awesome. So we are we gotta check out GMYD's coming up after us here shortly. They will be here and getting things going. I just hit myself in the face with a microphone. So that went out live over the internet. Jeff Pantridge, thank you so much for being with us, man. It was a blast. Really appreciate you coming through, man, coming by and hanging out with us, man. Love to have you back. It was awesome, man.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you very much for having me, man. This has been an absolute honor. I can't wait to do it again.
Awesome. Hell yeah, man. Can't wait to have you back. We'll sell you on the Fantasy League after we go off the air.
Hey.
So we will hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a blast. Hopefully next week we don't have technical stuff at the beginning, so we'll try and do better next week. Thanks again to Jeff Pantridge, ESPN Radio 94.1 Monday through Friday, 94.1 4 to 7 p.m. is where you can catch him, and you can catch us back here next week, 6 to 8 p.m. as always, on our station, radiofradio.com.
I think that food poisoning got your tongue fat this week, buddy.